Let me see if that stops right now. It stops. We'll see what it is.
Oh, looks like it's
Okay.
okay. More or less.
Yeah.
It's the best you can
That's
get
good.
here.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's what I need. Jesus. Sorry.
What is it?
Yeah, I said Jesus.
Oh, point in case. But it's not Jesus. I think it's Saint John or something.
Okay, sorry.
It's a saint.
It's a saint. Okay,
No,
we
Saint
just-
John's the one who kills the tiger. I mean the
The
dragon.
lion. The dragon.
Okay, so
Okay, so in terms of the dream sequence, what I wanted to talk to you about, first of all, is what do you understand is a dream?
Okay.
Just your idea of what is a dream,
okay, so I think that my understanding of a dream is that you either are a satellite for perceptions that you can have when you're in the specifics of the 3D world you live in. So when you fall asleep, you close the receptors, then you either capture another form of information, or it's generated from inside. So if it's generated from inside, it would be what people refer to as, I guess, the third eye. You know, that's my idea, because basically you get information from a world that is three-dimensional with two eyes, but then what's actually happening behind the eye, the third eye or whatever, is like a zipped formats of that information that is basically being juggled around in your brain, right? So the dream should be like almost like a cubist presentation of something that exists specifically in the real world. So this is why in the film Turbine you dream of the body without actually dreaming of, like, you dream of the body, but the body is this, but it's not just this. It's like it's a moving thing. It's also this, and it's also this, but then it's the you have like a foreign you have an invader of that body, which is the appliance, the mode of transportation of these two characters that is almost like a foreign body that is brought into the body and integrated with the body. So how do you present that? I present it in a dream sequence where you have like an approach that is multifaceted. It's like an atomic approach of that thing, because you look at it from different angles as you would in a dream. Because in a dream, if I'm dreaming of you, for example, I don't actually see you, but I know you're there. So how do you visually present that to someone who's supposed to see it with their two eyes in a real world, within a film? That's the topic, right? And it goes back to Focus was more about that. Like the film I did before, Focus was only on this topic, like specifically on how to do this, how to like create a documentary of somebody trying to animate something. Like, it's not about him trying to animate something, or her, it's about like actually documenting the process of creating a shape out of white paper in the first place, and what is the thought processes that lead from one thing to the next. How come I'm looking at a camera, then I see the camera, the lens, it ends up being an eye because it's a direct analogy that I can make as I'm drawing, right? So it's like a documentary of that thought process. In a way, the dream sequence is that same thing. It's like a documentary, a document of the dream that I'm having when I'm using my third eye to be able to animate this, you know?
So it's the wife's dream.
Yeah. No, actually, it's not the wife's dream. It's
Who's
it's basically she is it's like a fatalist. It's like a very it's a film where everything has been set up before it starts. So basically, inevitably, she is in a world where she has to change into the machine. So what we're actually having is the dream that we're having of closing that final loop, because she was the only problem in the film. She was a human in a place that was fully like it was just appliances, and a machine person who is also an object. So the film had to like sleep it out, sleep it off, or whatever that term is, and internally fix things for the morning. When she goes back to work and she comes back as a recall, and then she has been changed. You know?
So it's not her dream, it's whose dream?
Well, it's the film having to do its stuff. It's the film having to like solve its issues in that spirit, in that moment of passivity within the two. The two characters stop moving for 2 minutes, and now the film has to rework things, work things out, and put the cells where they belong, and the sugars, the proteins, the whole body has its way of regenerating while you're sleeping. The film also had to regenerate and kind of fix itself so that we can have a happy ending, quote unquote. And that's what the dream sequence is about.
So who's motivating the dream?
The fact that the film has to finish. So who's motivating the dream? I guess the audience.
That's
It looks like it. I don't know. I'm answering these questions for the first time. It's all improvised. So it's a good question. I think it should be the audience that is motivating the dream, but it's a dream from the beginning. It's just that a few things had to be fixed. So
when you say it's the audience that's motivating the dream, what I mean by motivation is there's a sense of agency that goes on when you have motivation.
Mm-hmm.
You have a theory of mind. I mean, somebody is thinking something. Somebody wants something. Somebody can do something. How do you get to allude that it's the film that has this consciousness that's doing that? Because that's where you're heading by this explanation. I thought that it was her dream and she had to adjust, but that's different from what you're saying now.
like in the film, things are resolved when she decides she made a mistake because she chose the pilot instead of the plane. Okay, so in the first part of the film, things are resolved. She goes back to the plane because the pilot was more interested in the fan, and her heart, that breaks her heart. She goes back to the face instead of the body in the first part of the film. So things are relatively resolved in terms of narrative. But